shadow falls, in every heart a pain of fear, in every heart a sacred wound. Che mi la forza, every heart a mystery veiled, in every heart a truth unknown, in every heart a secret name, in every heart a lovely dream. Che mi la forza, every heart a holy well, in every heart a running stream, in every heart a river flows, in every heart an ocean wide and deep. Che mi la forza, che mi la forza, che mi la forza. imagine sometimes that we have visitors from another planet. And they have been observing us for a while. Not just us, of course, here, but the whole Earth, everybody on it. And they show up one day at our front door and they say, we have some questions. So this particular question I imagine them asking would be something like this. We noticed that when you speak, you use the word good or evil a lot. Good or bad, good or evil. You use this a fair bit, whether it's explicitly or implicitly. And by the way, we can see you're unconscious, so you use it unconsciously as well. So we want to know, what do you mean by these things? We don't have these categories on our planet, so we're curious. What is good? What is evil? What would you say?
A type of standard, but that's only at whoever's level looking at it. But it's a standard.
Okay.
I guess you could say a humane standard.
Any other thoughts?
And one deserves reward and the other punishment.
Ah, okay. The plot thickens. So I'm assuming goodness deserves the reward, whereas
Yes,
evil
but, I
deserves,
mean,
you know.
But I think it can very much well be done vice versa.
What do you mean?
For what we reward good with on this world is sometimes not deserving of a reward.
Well,
Yeah.
doesn't actually get rewarded?
That or, yeah.
Would you agree with Michael that there is a humane standard that would present itself as this is good and this is evil,
Yeah, for order's sake.
for order's sake, but not anything objective in the universe, just to keep order?
Yeah, I would say, but objectively too, yeah.
Oh, so
A universal order.
so it is objective,
Yes,
not
in the way
just
that,
subjective.
I wouldn't say so, not too much, but it could be, but objectively, that it,
You're a
that it-
slippery guy, you know, I'm trying to pin you down and you're not cooperating here.
That it does- that it
It's
does-
this or that, but it could be that, could be this, maybe it's both.
that it does well for everybody, environmentally, physically, spiritually, universally. Order, for order's sake, universally. So it's subjective, holds that standard, which then makes the objective or the external feel that or follow it. So
Do you ever see that little blip on the internet where a guy offers $1,000 if you can take him down? Wrestling match. I love to watch that guy move. He's so good, you know. And that's what it feels like sometimes we have a conversation about good and evil. You know, can you really pin it down? You know, I don't know. Anybody else have any thoughts?
I was thinking that good is something that gives a benefit to someone or something. I know usually people think of good as something they like, as opposed to the things they don't like. And I think more, well, I don't really think there is a good and evil in the sense of separate things. I think that would be really hard to categorize a particular action or thing as good or evil. Because it's about intention and sometimes something that a person thinks is bad is really good because maybe it's healing them, but it hurts to heal, which is in one of your thoughts, something like that.
So would you agree with Michael that there is a standard, humane standard? That you can say this is good?
I think it's more paradoxical than that.
Anybody else?
I'd say good is when we live sharing the adventure together for the maximum benefit for everybody, which can just be for joy, like doing prayer time, or for cooperating in a community for survival. And evil is when we choose to act alone for ourselves and to take or exploit without caring what effect it has on the others.
So now you're getting into more of a description of evil as perhaps lacking empathy for the other?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, some people like to be evil because they are empathetic. They know how much pain they're
All
causing.
right. Okay, now we're really getting to it. Okay. I think there's a word for that, sadism. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say real quickly, keeping with my first phrase given, one is rewarded and one is punished, using good Lord Jesus as an example. You know, he didn't do any wrong. Why was he punished? You know, under God's
Well, I'm glad you brought up Jesus. Because there's a little moment in Jesus' life when somebody come up to him and said, "Good teacher, what must I do?" Remember his response?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Why do you?
Do you remember what he said?
Oh man, no, it was there. I remember we talked about it.
Okay.
Go ahead, sorry.
He basically said, "Why do you call me good?
Oh, yeah.
There ain't nobody good but God." I'm paraphrasing, of course. I don't think he said ain't, but it sounds good. But that's basically what he said. Why do you call me good? There's nobody good but God. So he was playing a bit, you know, which he often did with people. Not in a mean way, but in a way that would help people realize what was real, maybe. Yeah. Any other thoughts? Fernando, you got any thoughts on this?
I actually think about this a lot,
Yeah.
and I think there's like mainly two kinds of evil.
Mhm.
Like maybe one is like being extremely selfish, and the other is some people actually get like pleasure from destroying.
Mhm.
So, and I think like the opposite, good or love is promoting union. I would say like evil is just promoting separation,
Hmm.
and that's like in a human level. But if you go like cosmically, that's like chaos and order. But,
Would you mind sharing a little bit of why you think about this a lot?
just like I like to know like the nature of things, and yeah, I think that polarity of the two opposites, like you can see it in human society, but you can see it in nature too, like day and night. It's not that one is evil or one is good, and yeah, I think the best way is just like being the balance between selfish and selfless, because maybe the extremes they take you to that destruction too.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So, I don't have any answers for you, but the reason I'm raising the question I'm reading a book right now. It's called People of the Lie, L-I-E. Subtitled Healing Human Evil. Healing Human Evil. And so the author, M. Scott Peck, has, before it gets too far, he's got to explain as best he can what he believes good is and what evil is. Right? I won't spoil the story for you, but he says a lot of what you all are saying. And one of the examples he gives is, because it's helpful, he was a therapist, right, psychiatrist actually. And so he gives many examples of people who would come to him and they would be struggling with this or that, or their children were struggling with this or that. And so, for example, one thing he says is, Mr. and Mrs. B came to him and they said, we have a problem with our son, he's depressed. Oh, okay. Can you see our son? Sure, I can see your son, he said. So he sees the son, we'll call him Bobby, and so after a short amount of time, he concludes that Bobby is depressed. Right? But there's always reasons why people are depressed. Right? So in his exploration, he discovers what he believes is the primary reason, and the primary reason was that Bobby's brother committed suicide a year ago, right? With a gun, right? Shot himself to death. And his parents, for Christmas, gave Bobby the very gun that his brother used to kill himself. Now, yeah. And M. Scott Peck realizes this, and he asks the parents, he said, did you not think what effect that might have on your son to give him the very weapon that was used to kill his brother? Did you not realize what effect that might have on him? Did you think about it at all? And they said, no, it's a gun, it's a nice gun. You know, every kid should have a gun. Right? And this is not about gun debate here, but this is about thinking about other people and the effect that you have upon other people. And in this case, this child, who was 16, but to give him the weapon that killed his brother when he was depressed, in M. Scott Peck's mind, was evil. It was an evil action. It was in effect saying to the boy, kill yourself. That's evil. If that's true, for any parent to encourage their child to commit suicide, is kill yourself. That's evil, you would say. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there's a standard, Michael. Don't encourage your children to kill themselves. Right?
Well, humane deals with being compassionate.
Say again?
Being humane is being compassionate, which is a loving way of being.
Yeah.
Which is the exact opposite of evil.
Right. Yeah, and that goes along with something else he said. His 8-year-old son one day gave him a brilliant explanation of evil, right? And so his son came up to him and said, how did it go now? He said, evil is live spelled backwards. It's the opposite of life, And of course, kids come up with the brilliant things all the time, So in this boy's mind, and in his father's mind too then, evil became that which destroys life. Right? Yeah, the opposite of life. Mm-hmm. That which kills, destroys, doesn't nurture, doesn't nourish, but gives a depressed boy a murder weapon without thinking about what effect it's going to have upon him. So I think it's good to think about these things. What is goodness? What is evil? And not just theoretically, but in terms of our own lives and our actions and how we speak and so on. Are we nurturing life? Are we nourishing others and ourselves? Or are we just not thinking about the effect that we're having on other people? It's really, really important. We'll close with a song. Turn, oh turn, oh turn, turn, oh turn, oh turn. Turn, turn, turn from violence, turn, turn, turn from violence, turn, oh turn. Turn from war, turn, oh turn, turn from war, oh turn, oh turn. Turn, oh turn, oh turn, turn, oh turn, oh turn. Turn from hatred, turn, turn, turn from hatred, turn, oh turn. Turn from fear, turn, oh turn, turn from fear, oh turn, oh turn. Turn to peace, turn, oh turn, turn to peace, oh turn, oh turn. And turn to truth, turn, oh turn, turn to truth, oh turn, oh turn. And turn to wisdom, turn, oh turn, turn to wisdom, turn, oh turn. And turn to justice, turn, oh turn, turn to justice, turn, oh turn. Turn, oh turn, oh turn, turn, oh turn, oh turn. And we shall be free, and we shall be free, and we shall. And we shall be free, and we shall be free, and we shall. this day. We give you thanks for your great love for all peoples everywhere. May we be channels and instruments of your love. People of goodness, of growing goodness, and lessening evil. May it be so.